How's it going, everybody? Ecom Tom here with another video coming at you, and this is an extremely important video, so be sure not to click away. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a very important eBay dropshipping update that is coming up soon, and you need to take action right now. So what is this update? This update revolves around eBay dropshipping item specifics, your item specifics on your items, specifically in the home and garden and the electronics categories. So last year, about 3 to 4 months ago maybe, eBay actually put out an update already about this where they made you change item specifics in specific categories, and if you didn't, then your items wouldn't get repriced, wouldn't get put back onto eBay, and there was pretty much a big issue all around it. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to do it for the new upcoming update that's coming up, and an easy way to actually be sure to do this very quickly. So if you stay until the end, I'm going to teach you a very cool new way on how to change your item specifics and how to make sure that you are compliant with this rule when it gets put in place at the end of March. So if you like the sound of this video, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's get it out to everybody that's an eBay dropshipper that needs to see this video. You need to see this video. You cannot sit back, relax, and not take action on this. You need to start now. Start now, because if you do it and hold off till later, you're probably going to forget. I know, because I've done things like this in the past. And also, please be sure to subscribe to this channel, and when you do subscribe, hit that bell notification. And if you are new here, please be sure to check out the free eBay dropshipping mini course down in the description down below. If this video seems a little too advanced for you, then check out the eBay dropshipping mini course. It'll get you up and running as quickly as possible, and you'll be able to make these updates on your items in the future, and hopefully before March 31st, because that's when this deadline is. So without further ado, I'm going to get into my computer. I'm going to show you the email that eBay sent out, and I'm also going to show you the cool new program that you can use to update your item specifics that eBay actually did recommend to us. So I'll see you inside of my computer. All right, so here we are inside of my computer, and this is the message that came about on January 29th. I did talk about it on a live last week, but a lot of people probably didn't see that. So this is the video officially talking about it. And eBay basically says that throughout 2019, we've emphasized the importance of item specifics as they increase the visibility on your listings on both eBay and the external search engine. So it says the more data that you give us what you're selling, the better we can match your items to your buyers, blah, 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 blah. It says with this in mind, we're continuing with our requirements for item specifics in March 2020. So we'll be introducing required item specifics in the below categories. And if you do realize, these two categories are two very large categories that I know a lot of drop shippers sell in, specifically the home and garden category. That is a massive category, and I can guarantee you anybody out there with more than 20 listings on their account has multiple items in the home and garden category, and you will need to update the item specifics for that category. First off, you got to think about it in one way. Yes, this is a bit of a hassle, but also this is eBay helping you get your items being shown to way more people out there. You're gonna be making more sales because of this. You're gonna have better listings because of the more item specifics that you list. And I've been teaching over the last year that the more item specifics you put on your listing, then the better your listing is going to be in the long run. The more people are going to see it. And eBay's even gone into talking about or showing, this item specific gets searched about 40,000 times per month. This one about 20,000 times per month. You can literally increase your reach and know about how much or how many more impressions you will probably get on that listing because of each item specific that you add, because eBay is now telling you. So you can pick and choose the ones that you want, but you need to be doing these mandatory ones that are being updated in the home and garden and the electronics category. So one of the coolest parts here is that eBay actually does say at the bottom, use OptiSeller Aspect Finder to find missing item specifics. It says OptiSeller's item specific finder or aspect finder tool has driven success for eBay sellers in 2019. So back in the last update, I believe that was the first ever item specifics or mandatory required item specifics update that we needed to do. I believe it was about 3 to 4 months ago. You had to go into each listing individually, and I found out the hard way because my items weren't being put back into stock. And then it was like, oh yeah, by the way, there was that update that eBay talked about 2 months ago that everybody forgot about, and now your items aren't going to be put back in stock because if you're using SKU Grid or anything that's trying to put it back in stock, eBay was saying, you don't have these required item specifics on your listing. We can't put it back in stock for you. So let's be proactive about it this year. We got about a month and a half right now, a little bit more, in order to get all of this up and running and really fixed properly before the March 31st deadline. And any listing after March 31st is going to need to have those required item specifics put in place, or else they won't even be able to be uploaded into eBay to initially start selling them. So the coolest part about this is you used to have to do it by hand. You would have to go into every listing or go into listings by bulk and change everything. It was pretty tedious and it was pretty much a big pain. Last update wasn't that big. There wasn't that many listings, but based off the specific category it was, I forget what what it was though. But the home and garden category is huge, and I can guarantee you have a lot of home and garden items on your store. So they introduced this thing called OptiSeller Aspect Finder, which I guess has been a tool that's been around for a while. They're based out of the UK, and I've never personally heard of them before I, clicked on this little link that doesn't even look like it's a link because it's gray. But eBay does what eBay wants to do. So all you really have to do is, they say right here that they're giving an extended partnership to anybody that's using eBay until April 30th. So this whole entire software, OptiSeller, and then their Aspect Finder is a tool inside of their program, is actually free for anybody that's using that sells on eBay until April 30th. So that's extremely cool. I don't know if eBay worked a back-end deal, what they did, or how much they paid them, but everything's free for anybody. So there's no excuse not to do this, and there's no excuse not to do it the right way. One thing I do want to say, and this might scare a few people right now, is that this program does connect to your API. And I know everybody says you can't connect anything to your API, but since 2020 has hit, we had the blanket statement in 2019 of you can't use anything API related. But in 2020, I mean, there's things that you can use the API for. eBay clearly has an API for a reason. And, there's certain programs that you can obviously use. The main programs that you don't want to be using are the ones that facilitate seller arbitrage, retail arbitrage, repricing tools based off of, you selling from a marketplace onto another marketplace like Amazon onto eBay. eBay clearly doesn't want those, but they're offering this program to sellers for free. There's no reason not to. So I connected it to my account. You can tell over here on my account, it's actually right here in my third-party authorizations. This is where you would find if anything is connected to your API. And right here it's just eBay. If file exchange is eBay, and then app.optiseller. So yes, this is connected to the API. No, I have not had any issues yet, and I do not foresee any possible issue that could come about. But you can be skeptical if you want to be and do it the hard way. But I'm going to show the easy way here. So you click the link inside of that message that you got on January 29th, and then you'll be brought to the OptiSeller landing page where it says Aspect Finder for eBay mandates free until April 30th, 2020. Again, all you need to do is put in your email address and your eBay seller ID, and you'll be set up with a free account. So if you're already a user like I am, you click login right here. If not, you click sign up. It'll connect it to your account. You'll be fine. Trust me, believe in me, you'll be fine. Don't worry. So once you're inside, it's actually a pretty cool tool, and I've never even heard of it, like I said before, but there's multiple other things that it does. Again, I'm on the free plan because I have it free until April 30th. And again, you also don't need to put in a credit card either. So it's not like they're going to scheme you. After April 30th, you're getting hit with the smallest fee of $40 per month. That's not going to happen. You don't have to put in a credit card. Like I said, eBay worked out a deal with OptiSeller in some way, shape, or form. So they have some other cool tools here. Basically, you log in, this is what you're going to see. There are 4 tools. They also have add-on options. I haven't really looked into those yet. There's promotions checker, see if what promotions are running on what items. There's category lookup. I really didn't understand what that one was about, maybe helping you find items or something like that. And then there's single listing review, which was pretty cool because it takes pretty much everything that eBay possibly allows you to have on a listing, whether it's promoted, whether you're offering offers on it, is it an auction, is it good till canceled, anything like that, what your average price has been over a time range, and it pretty much just analyzes that listing. And maybe you thought all of your listings had one specific thing on it, but maybe you'll find out through this listing review that it doesn't. So the thing that we're talking about here though is Aspect Finder, and you can click run or start. I've already clicked start, so for me it says select, and then you can click run again. So if you're listing more items over time or before March 31st, I highly suggest everybody fixing all of their listings right now, and then when March 30th comes around, run it again, check to see if any of your new listings aren't in the requirements or within the requirements, and then fix those the day before that it actually hits. So all you do is click start. It goes through, and what's also cool is it tells you each specific category inside of the home and garden category, the subcategories, what item specifics you need or what eBay's mandating. It knows them all, and I wouldn't even know where to find that information, maybe inside of eBay somewhere. But it really helps you out in that. And then it goes through all of your listings since it's connected to your account, and it can pull out all your listings in those categories and see if those listings are within the compliance of eBay's new rules. So once you click start, it's probably takes, I had, under 1,000 listings on my store, but it took maybe like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I walked away from my computer, so I'm not sure how long it took. And then after that, all you need to do is just click select. When you click select, you're going to be brought to this page, and I've run it twice, so that's why you'll see 2 reports here. And then all you have to do is click view report for each specific report. So I ran one on the 31st, and I ran one yesterday just to make sure, that nothing had really changed, and just to see if what I had run before resulted in the same results, and which it did. So this program's pretty accurate. This program's free. You might as well use it. There's no reason not to use it, and you're going to benefit from having an extremely efficient process of transitioning process over to the required item specifics that you need by March 31st, 2020. So after you do that, you can click view report, which I have brought up over here. And when you view your report, it will basically list out every category with its subcategories, kitchen, dining, bar, cookware, other cookware, kitchen tools and gadgets, colander, strainer, sifters. It will tell you how many listings are mandatory for compliance, and also if there's optional improvements that you need. It doesn't seem like very many of my listings have optional improvements needed, but there are a decent amount in here that are within the mandatory for compliance policy. I don't really have any electronics on this specific account, so I don't believe any of them were in the electronics section, and I'm not going to scroll around because I'm going to try to blur out things if I show too much information here. So what I'm going to do is I brought up the initial first category right here, kitchen, dining, and bar, cookware, other cookware. So when you click on that, it will bring you into the 4 listings that basically you need to have compliance with. So when you do that, we're going to click right here. And I know some of this is blurred out in this area right here, but basically it's going to show you your item ID. So you can click on it and you could go straight to eBay, check it out, and and see, is this really within the compliance. At that point, you could actually go in and physically change the item specifics if you want. But the cool part about it gives you your title and your SKU. It also gives you everything that you would need to take actions on. So basically anything that says missing right here is going to need you to take action on it. So basically this is the category. This is stove type compatibility, which I thought was weird because, if it's just something that you would put on top of a stove, it doesn't matter what type of stove it has compatibility with, but I guess that is a mandatory category that eBay is going to be rolling out. So on this one, and the cool part about it is all you have to do is just click this little thing, and it will give you 3 drop downs options to pick, or you could type in your own option right here. You could type in whatever you wanted. So all you need to go through, and I believe I accidentally listed these all as bundles. I don't know why, even though they're not bundles. So I think that's the only reason why I'm seeing bundle description here. And then besides that, it's capacity. Is there a capacity of it? If there isn't, if you don't have something for this specific item specifics, because it was weird, it's like stove type compatibility, capacity, and a few other things. If it's not like a pot, then it's not going to have a capacity. But you just go in and fill it anyways. Fill N/A for not applicable or something like that, just to make sure that you are fulfilling the item requirements or specifics requirements, so that you don't run into any issues later on down the road. Because for a fact, and I know for a fact, even for me, once March 31st rolls around, I'll probably have forgot about this, and I'll be glad that I took action now and watched my video on how to do so. So basically from there, all you need to do is just scroll across, and you'll see all your different types of things that are missing: item diameter, item length, item width. And then after that, surface coating. Surface coating was another one. Is it non-stick? Is it copper? Anything like that? It's pretty much them just trying to make sure that the buyer knows exactly what they're getting, and those are the requirements or the specifics that they're requiring to be the mandatory ones, so that nobody is misled in this situation. So after that, you fill out every single one. You can fill it out for each one at a time or all of them in a row, downwards, in a column downwards. It doesn't really matter. And after that, once you've finished each one, all you have to do is just click send. When you click send, since it's connected to your API and it's allowed to be, it will take all of the information that you give it, and it will upload it into eBay and fix the listing for you. So I'm not going to really go into doing one or fixing one or showing you inside of my store. It's a lot of blurring, and I can guarantee at this point, I believe in you. I hope that you can do this perfectly. It's very easy to set up. Like I said, once you have it connected to your store, all you need to do is go in and update these different, missing variables. At that point, you can go through and check, is there anything else that doesn't really make sense here? Is there anything else that's recommended? You might as well try to make your listing as good as possible while you're inside of this and making the changes, because, why not? So pretty much that's about it for this entire update. It is going to be an important one, and it is one that you won't want to miss out on, because if you do, then you're going to be sitting there one day, why isn't my listing selling? Why are my listings not selling? And then you realize maybe half of your store is home and garden, like I can guarantee you a lot of people's stores are. And at that point, then you're like, I don't know what's going on. And I don't want that to happen to anybody. I want you guys to get the information right from my mouth as soon as possible so that you know what to do. And so basically go in here. Once you finish this category, you can send them over and then just go back into this thing and go on to the next category. So if you scroll down, you know, there is a decent amount of listings. Total, I had 99. And, you know, that's a pretty large portion of my store that is in just the home and garden category itself. So if you don't sell a lot of home and garden, but I can guarantee if you're dropshipping from Walmart onto eBay or Home Depot onto eBay, you're going to have a lot of home and garden listings to change. Electronics, I don't usually do electronics. I don't like electronics. There's a lot of high, fraud rate and high refund rate, or return rate, on electronics. I don't like it, but I know a lot of people that also do dropship electronics from Walmart, specifically onto eBay, and that could pose a large problem later on down the road when on March 31st, you're sitting there and you have no idea why none of your items are in stock and why you're not making any sales. So I just wanted to get this out to all of you as soon as possible. I did do a live on it, but I realized after I did the live on it that there's probably a lot of people that still didn't see it. So I did a whole video on it and I showed a little bit more in depth what to do. And I also, when I did the live, I hadn't really played around with this program yet like I have now. So, you know, I'm going to go in and I'm going to make all my changes myself. I wanted to leave the changes up here so you could see just how many on an account, you know, are actually showing up. For me, it was 100 listings. I did one to make sure that it worked. So it's 99 listings now. So if I have 99, I'm sure you have 99, 100, 200, 300 listings up there that you need to change. So if you did like this video, please be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. I hope that I provided you with some pertinent information to keep your eBay dropshipping store up and running in 2020. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to do so as well. We're close to 14,000 subscribers, so let's get up there, and I would appreciate your help in doing so. And again, if you are new here, don't feel overwhelmed by this content. I have a free eBay dropshipping mini course that should get you up and running as quickly as possible, and I have over 100 and something, maybe 50 now, YouTube videos on eBay and Amazon dropshipping alike. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one.